In the first episode of Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2, we witnessed the tragic fate of John Dutton, who was found dead in his governor's mansion. Later, it was revealed that Sarah had hired a professional hitman to eliminate him. The previous episode ended on an emotional note, with Beth breaking down in Rip's arms, arguably the most touching moment of the episode. Kelly Riley once again showcased her incredible acting skills. This week's episode, titled The Apocalypse of Change, takes us back 6 weeks when Rip and the ranch hands were at the 4-6's ranch, and Beth went to visit him. Despite spending a significant portion of the episode in the past, we eventually return to the present, where Beth and Casey strategize on how to avenge their father's death. Initially, Case wasn't ready to hold Jamie responsible, believing he wouldn't have been capable of orchestrating such a crime alone. However, this episode shifts his perspective. Back at the 4-6's, Rip looks for Teeter in her tent and finds her frozen in fear, a rattlesnake coiled on top of her. Honestly, props to her courage, because I would have probably passed out on the spot. Fortunately, Rip handles the situation but scolds Teeter for leaving her tent flap open. Unlike Montana, things work differently around here, as we are reminded once again. The rattlesnake infestation becomes a source of excitement for Gator, who is eager to fry them up for a meal. Meanwhile, Beth is recklessly speeding down the road and gets pulled over. Just as she prepares to charm her way out of a ticket, she realizes the officer is a woman. However, instead of a fine, she gets off with a warning when the officer learns she's heading to the 4-6's ranch, where cattle ranchers are highly respected. This scene was entertaining, but 2 things stood out to me. First, why did Beth have to check her phone to remember the name of the ranch? Last season,